A very warm welcome to all my lovely audience of IC Tales channel. Here I'm in conversation with Gagan, who is a very great and fabulous life coach. He nourishes soul globally. He is a celebrity counselor, and none other than he's also appeared himself on great platforms like TEDx and Josh Talk. So a very great welcome, sir, on board with IC Tales. I feel very great pleasure in welcoming you. So, sir, tell us a bit about yourself.
All right. Thank you, Khushboo, and thank you to the entire team of IT Tales. I'm truly privileged and very happy to be here on this platform and talk about my journey. So, since you already mentioned a bit about me, so of course, I am a life and a law of attraction master coach. And what I've learned in life, that's what I am trying to, help people with through my social media as well as my counseling sessions. That in today's world, when we are facing a lot of uncertainty, we are facing a lot of anxiety, stress about what's going to happen in future. How do we manage this competitiveness? How do we manage our own emotions? I think, uh, and of course, we have not been taught in school. No, our parents have not been taught this life skills in school or colleges or through life experiences they learn. So it's a circle which is impacting the every age group. If I talk about 15 years back, it was, I think, the midlife crisis we used to say. It was starting from 30 to 40s. But now I think the midlife crisis starts from the age of 22 itself. As you come out of college, that has the period has elongated, and the reason because of that is unable to express ourselves, unable to understand our emotions, unable to understand what is it that we do truly want, and then a lot of comparisons through social media, right? This tool, the device that we have, which is supposed to make our life easier, is making it difficult day by day. So that's where I come in, and I come with overall 17 years of experience in a leadership position as well as approximately 10 years in human psychology. So yeah, I am the owner founder of Positive Minds, which is my website, and then we are also creating a daily impact through more than 2 lakh people across all social media channels through our daily dose of positivity, which is known and famous by Vitamin G as my nickname. So the objective is to make life easier for rest of people. I myself have been victim of depression and toxic relationship, low financial issues, and then a lot of self-esteem issues which impacted my life. So then I decided to turn it around in 2014. It took me 2 years, to turn that all around because it was all coming from a subconscious mind. And when I could turn around my life through a lot of reading, a lot of investment in learning about the human mind and psychology, more reading more than 20 to 30 books and applying it in my own life, it wasn't easy because we have been trained day in and day out. We are used to our habits, and to break those habits to form new patterns becomes difficult at times. So when I could break that chain and when I could see my whole potential ahead, that's where I decided that okay, I will step into the life coaching um, you know setup so that I can help others to make their journey smoother, faster, accurate, and of course be easy on yourself. And end of the day, you might be having a lot of money, you might be having wonderful relationship, you might be having great family or friends around you or everything around you. But I think you go to sleep with your own thoughts, right? All
Absolutely.
that self-talk that you do, end of the day, that you had a good day, are you doing well in life? And being well in life does not just mean you're earning money. Being well in life is that okay, are you able to manage yourself? Are you having good relationships overall? So emphasis is to help people, to guide people, and of course that's what I love teaching people. I love giving value to people because I believe all that I've learned is the superpower. If somebody would have asked me 7 years or 8 years or back that I will be giving interviews on channels or will be a TEDx speaker or a Joe Stock speaker, I would not have believed. So, it is just a master stroke from the universe. But yes, I'm trusting the journey, and hence I am here to share my journey, inspire people, get inspired from people that I talk to every day. So that's a little bit about me. I really want to talk about how we can impact lives rather than how how my ego is being satisfied by all these interviews and designations. So the message is very clear that inspire life, change life, and because whatever you give, it comes back to you. So my objective is to give positivity and abundance, and it comes back to me.
Wow, sir, what a fabulous introduction of yourself. I could not have done it alone. And yeah, all the very best to you. And I want to see you on great heights one day. And all the very best, sir. You are doing such a great thing, making someone happy and giving something positive in today's time
Hmm.
is something really very great a person can do. And exactly what you said is what you gives to the universe come backs to you definitely, and all the very best, sir.
Thank you, Vishnu.
Moving on to the next question. So since you are a law of attraction coach, so what is law of attraction and how does the law of attraction works?
Okay. So look, if you go back to childhood, right? You went to a market with your mom or a dad, and you liked something, right? And you like something, you want to have it, and you don't care what the value about that object is, right? Because you like it. Maybe it's a teddy, maybe it's a toy, maybe it's something. You just want to get it. You cry, you laugh, you say, okay, I'll get good marks to get me this, right? So as we grow up, we start, looking at the value of something that we want. Okay. So hence we truly lose the power of our conscious creation. Okay. So today, if you think about your life, that every human being is a creator. It's just that we are not conscious about what kind of life are we creating through our thoughts. Okay. I'll give an example that today when you open up, you start your day, right? You open up newspaper, there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of fear being given. If you open up the news channel, they're feeding you fear. If you open up your social media, there'll be mix of it, depends on what AI is giving you. So what happens? We have been conditioned that we are not able to create consciously. Okay. So law of attraction is the art of conscious creation, that whatever you want in life, you can get it. But there are a couple of rules around it, that first of all, you have to have a why very clear. Okay. That what is it that you want. For example, you decide, okay, I want to go on a vacation, right? You need to have a destination, right? It's not that you've packed your bag and you don't know where you have to go. One moment you think, okay, I want to go to Mumbai. Other moment you say, I want to go to Manali. Third moment you say, I want to go to Goa. And then fourth moment you say, okay, I'll better go to Jaipur. What will happen? You'll waste your vacation thinking about not reaching anywhere. That's where people fail in law of attraction. Today they want something else. Tomorrow they want something else, you know, and they don't have a clear roadmap to your life. Okay. So law of attraction is an art of conscious creation. We create it. It's just that we are not aware. It's just that if we become aware about ourselves, that what we need, what are our goals, short term, long term, medium term, and then put your thoughts around it, that how you can, manifest that. Okay. And law of attraction, if I further have to describe, it is very simple. Thought becomes thing. We all have read that. Like attracts like. Okay. So similarly, to break down that how thought becomes things is that once you're having a thought about that, okay, I want to move to US. Okay, you are creating that conscious thoughts. You will create an feeling around it, that okay, I'm in US, how would I feel? Okay, they'll be like vast, this beautiful weather, lovely food to eat or whatever you're looking at. And that feeling will create an emotion. Okay. An emotion will say, oh, I will feel bad if I don't reach there. And through that feeling, you will take action. Okay. So thoughts become things. By creating those thoughts, you get feelings lead to emotions lead to action. Okay. So that's how thoughts become things. But yes, it's just that you also have to, trust on the power of the great orderly direction on universe, because this is not the world of logic. Okay. So if you all look at it, that we all were a tiny cells, right? In our parents' body, and then you might say X chromosome, Y chromosome, and we came into existence as a cell, and then we became a little baby. And then we took birth. We were like this big, and now we are like 6 feet, 5 feet, 4 feet, red, brown, black, whatever color people denominated. So what are we? We are created from an energy, right? And then we don't believe in the power of the magic. that you and I can come into existence through some body cycle, which nobody has been able to change in last 100 years. That if a woman is pregnant, it will take 9 months, right? Nobody has been able to reduce that time or increase that time through any use of technology. So there are powerful, forces of nature which help us in creation. So law of attraction definitely works. Law of attraction is about like attracts like, what do you want to have, create action, and people forget about taking action. Okay. If you talk about the word law of attraction, it says law of attract plus action. Okay. So there are myths around it. People say, okay, sir, I've written this technique. I did not manifest. I did not do this, and it does not work. Look, you have to take action, right? Even if you want to manifest food, you can manifest food at your home, but you have to eat it, right? The objective is the manifestation is that I have food to eat. The people are doing manifestation that I want to manifest food in my home. So food in my home to your food in stomach, there is a gap. So you have to get clear about what you want. And I have seen great results with people I've been working for in the last 5 years, including myself. As I said, I visualized doing a TEDx talk. I visualized reaching a point where there are 100K people who are following me, and it's all possible. It's just that we limit ourselves because of the childhood conditioning that, there are limiting beliefs that, people say money is the root cause of evil, right? Too much money is toxic. मेरा कोई काम पहली बार में होता ही नहीं है. And so these are limiting beliefs that we have created, and then those limiting beliefs are, reducing your power to manifest and to create it, because you have that somewhere inside you. I deserve it. I don't deserve it. So that's how the manifestation works. To start off with, that's what you're asking about.
Yeah, very grateful insight. Even I myself got to know so much about law of attraction and how does it work. Even my horizons have been, are opened up to an extent, and I hope so that the audience also come to know about the great fellowship of law of attraction and how does it work. So thank you so much for telling. So my next question to you is, since you are a TEDx and Josh Talk speaker, share your experience on appearing on such great platforms and how did you make so far?
Okay. If I talk about the how part, I am not sure how did I make to so far, honestly. Right. I always had big dreams. I always knew that okay, I'll reach this stage sometime. But yes, when you are in the process of taking action, you reach there and then you realize, oh, I've reached it. But I think if you talk about my experience of reaching these platforms, is that I think I consider these platforms a very rich source of passing on the information that people want to consume, right? For example, all these platforms are of course meant for creating awareness, for creating more popularity about people's, sharing people's life stories, sharing people's inventions, sharing people's. So reaching this stage was, of course, a continuous effort. If you talk about that, yes, 5 years back, barely anybody knew me as a coach, right? But I think it is about persistence and consistency and your passion about what you want to do. Is that what creates a difference? So now, if I talk about that, how did I reach Joe Stock? People reached out to me that okay, you have a great platform, I have a great visibility on social media. I keep on posting regularly for last 4 years, 5 years now. That the message has been going very clear, right? And then once I did the Joe Stock, the experience was, of course, very enriching, because when I make reels, it is a one-time go, right? 30-second, 90-second job to pass on the message. So every video making has a different challenge, right? If I have to give a message in 90 seconds, that's the challenge. If I have to make cuts and everything, it has different challenge. But yes, it is an enriching experience because you meet a lot of people who are, taking hundreds of interviews every day. You learn about these stories, and then I think these mediums have also helped me to stay humble, right? Because it's quite natural that you reach such stages and then you say, oh, I have done this, I have done this. And that's where the ego crops in. And ego is the root cause of all the evil between us. So when I see there's so many people who are humble, who are doing so much for the community, I think I'm yet to reach that stage that I'm doing so much. Yes, we are doing our bit every day, but the experience of TEDx, Joe Talk is enriching. Yes, how do people reach there, or I have reached there is through my consistent efforts, through a positive message which I wanted to share. And these platforms encourage people coming with creativity mindset or somebody who's made a change. For example, there have been people who are making changes in the small villages. They come to the same platforms to talk about. So the beauty of it is that yes, I manifested it also. I can't show it because I had a vision board in 2020. In that vision board, I put my photo there, and I put a red banner that okay, Gagandeep Sidhu, our TEDx speaker. I posted it on my Joe Talk. Okay. It got 1.5 years late because of the COVID, because nobody could do anything about it. But I was visualizing that I'm already there. I am passing on my message. I am passing on my story. And that visualization, just came into fruition through manifestation, and it happened. So that's how I reached. Yes, social media presence makes a lot of difference. And then I think it is about that how clear you are about your message. That's what I think. The genuinity, the authenticity is one thing which all these platforms would appreciate, because otherwise anybody can buy followers, anybody can create good videos through hiring somebody. But I think what goes in my favor is the authenticity and the message I want to pass on.
Wow, sir, really great input and insight you have shared. And I wish that people, through your message, come on Joe's Talk and TEDx and equally have vision board and work so equally hard, just like you, to appear on such platforms, sir. My next question: what qualities do you possesses that, in your belief, would make you a good counselor?
I think the biggest one is my listening skills. Okay. And because I'm also into a leadership role in an organization, I think the listening skills are the most important skills most of us need to have. That listen to absorb and understand, but many people listen to answer. Okay, so there is a difference, right? When I am a counselor, I want to listen to people that what are they going through, how do I help, how can I help them, and not being promptive about okay, ये बोलेगा तो मैं ये बोलूंगा, ये बोलेगा तो ये बोलूंगा. So that's the reason I never prepare for interviews, right? Otherwise, there's so many people who say, "Oh, sir, these are the questions which we are gonna ask you in an interview." I said, "No, let's keep it raw, because that gives me freedom to answer, you know, in the moment, and that's the most authentic way of doing it." So, as a counselor, the first I think is the listening skills. Second would be the patience. Third is my own life experiences, because I can relate with people. You know, you can say good or bad, that I have been through financial issues. I have been through relationship issues. I have been through, a toxic environment. I have been through bad health. So if anybody comes with the same problems with me, I resonate with them, because I have felt that pain, and I know how do you feel when you are in that, in that situation where you cannot expect your family, when you cannot expect, your friends to understand you. That's where the role of a counselor and a coach comes in. That I am another quality that needs to be possessed is the non-judgmental friend. And of course that's where all these things make you a better human anyhow, right? And then that's where my transition from a individual to coach happened, because I have a good listening skills. I keep my patience on. I try and be humble. I try and be more communicative, be more adaptive and non-judgmental to people, right? Because when I started my journey 4 years back, I was judgmental somewhere. I would not lie. But as my journey went ahead, I realized that people have bigger problems than even I had in my life. And that's where I started feeling so grateful that I had problems, but every person on this planet has some problems which they are facing. So I stopped being judgmental. because whenever somebody comes to me, I listen to them with an open mind, that how can I help them? How can I understand their subconscious mind? How can I make a value to them? I think, again, as I keep saying, it's about giving back to the people. So how do we make? So these are a couple of qualities which help me become a successful coach, and I'm still looking at how I can improve further.
Very grateful insight, sir, and I loved the way you explained. Why? Because even I have went through all these things and could able to relate much more than you were able to speak, and much indeed was the humanity part. Absolutely, mankind and humanity is the first thing that makes you a good person and a good human being, then being what you are in your life. So I'm absolutely really very impressed, and all the very best, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on further, sir, I would like to ask you my next question, that as you are a counselor, how important do you think is to maintain connections with mental health professionals?
Okay. I think it's as important. A plant is in a garden. Okay. Because individually we might be doing so much, but I think if we are only growing in your own environment, you don't learn, you don't adapt, you don't resonate those thoughts, right? The pros and cons of becoming a mental health counselor is that I do not resonate thoughts with so many people who are in a day-to-day life, right? So we connect with other mental health professionals. For example, I have a community which me and my wife created, which is community of life coaches, because we understand that the coaches also have a burnout. Whom do they speak to about their day-to-day issues? And because all of us expect that, okay, we cannot have issues, right? That whom do we reach out to? Because if somebody tells their family as a mental health coach that I'm having issues, they say, oh, you are a coach yourself. Why don't you heal yourself first of all? Isn't it? So that's where the judgment comes in from normal people. That's the reason it's important to be in an environment where you have similar people, to network with, to talk with other mental health professionals, that you're able to gain knowledge about what is going on, because everything is evolving and you cannot, acquire everything to Google, because we work through people's experiences. So working with, and I truly believe it's a collaborative industry. It's not a competition that, okay, he or she is doing better than me. How do I do better? Because, good or bad, again, there are a lot of issues about mental health people are facing. People are getting aware about it, I think, in last 4 5 years, that mental health is as important as buying an iPhone. As of now, it is not, but I think people should relate to it, because people come, oh, sir, you're charging this much. Why are you not doing it for free? I do all the social media thing for free. If you have to acquire, you can. But people are getting that awareness. I don't know by when, because they can spend 1.5 lakh rupees on iPhone rather than spending on their own mental health. But I think that's awakening. That's what we discuss as mental health counselors together as a community, because we are in a garden. We are not isolated plants which are growing, right, at the same. So we feed each other, we help each other grow, we help each other, through experiences, that how we can, because uh, everybody has a community. If you look at actors, they have a community. If you look at golfers, they have community also. If you have cricket players, they also have their own community, because that's the ideal way of learning, impacting life, and growing together. So that's what I think is important, to have connected and network with the like-minded people, because you learn more about it.
Wow, sir, what a lovely insight, and I truly love how you explain the concept of mental health and how it is important, because actually people do prefer spending on iPhones and other luxury things rather than their own health. So it is really very important to conclude your health at the same time, because if you are not healthy at the end of your life or at the end of your day, then I think that luxury is a waste material.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I'm not saying go get a coach, go get a gym, go get a yoga class, go start doing meditation. If you can't do it yourself, ask an expert for your health, hire a yoga practitioner, hire a meditation expert, or go and sign up for the gym. So it is important that you put your priorities right, and start living, because when you're 50, you will not get impressed by an iPhone. You'll be thinking, oh, my leg is paining, wish I did better with my health when I was 20 and 30, wish I had good nutrition, wish I had good, flexibility now. But people don't think too much about, what is how the current lifestyle is going to impact their, later stages of life. We all think we're going to be like this only, but I think the priorities keep changing, and we need to be aware about the situation of life we are in.
Absolutely, sir. And I hope that your message will conclude to the other audience and help them grow even more better. My next question to you is, since you are a celebrity counselor, what advice do you have for kids and youngsters who want to pursue their acting in career in acting, or for that matter, in any stage of their life?
I think in today's world, I think celebrities are not just the actors. I think everybody who's an influencer is a celebrity in a way, right? For example, you've seen last 5 years so many social media influencers turning out to be celebrities, right? So I think my message is that whatever you're pursuing, pursue it as a passion which you enjoy, okay? And don't jump into it right away. Create a pipeline. So what people do is that, okay, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'll quit my job. I'll start my startup. What happens then? The startup fails, and then they say, oh, they don't have courage again to pursue their dreams, right? So as I said, we have 15 hours, 16 hours in a day. If I exclude 8 hours of sleep, you have 10 hours of job. You still have 2 hours. How you spend those 2 hours is make or break at how you can pursue your dreams. That is message one. That don't jump into it right away. Second is, unless you have good financial backup, if you have, then you should pursue it. But pursue it because it's closer to you, not because somebody else has, made so big. If you love it, you will do it. If you don't love it, you will say, oh, this is bakwas, there is so much politics, there's so much of blah, blah, blah. You will not give your 100%. Second is that you have to be patient, okay? Because nobody is an overnight success. Because what we presume is that, oh, this person is an overnight success. No, there is a lot of hard work, there's a lot of, patience, a lot of persistence and consistency in any person's, work they have been doing. You talk about actors, you talk about athletes, you talk about any social media influencers, but everybody puts a lot of hard work for most of their time, and then suddenly we start knowing them and we say, oh, this is an overnight success. No, there's no overnight success. 1-2% can be, but I think if they are not prepared for it, that overnight success goes also overnight, because it's always about the mental health. And then number 3 or 4 is that, if you're following your passion, be ready for the consequences, learning, because it is never a smooth ride anyway. Okay, just like your heartbeat, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Life is supposed to go up and down, up and down. Enjoy the journey, live the outcome. Otherwise you can be sitting in a 4x4 cubicle and doing a job for rest of your life. So go for your dreams, go for your passion, but yes, you have to get out of your comfort zone and face your challenges, face yourself. That's what I truly believe, because I think the other one is that stop making excuses that मेरे घर का environment अच्छा नहीं है, मेरी family support नहीं करती, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूँ, बॉम्बे में acting होती है. No, it's an excuse that you give to yourself. If you see how people have made changes in their life who are so successful today, they had to overcome the excuses, find a solution, do not keep repeating the problem. Find a solution. Just like आपको पेट में दर्द है, you say, oh, मेरे को पेट में दर्द है, पेट में दर्द है. You can repeat it for 100 times. It's not going to heal you. Or you can say, okay, I have a stomachache. How do I find a solution? Should I try home remedy? Should I go and visit a doctor? Should I ask my nani dadi that घर का नुस्खा क्या है? You focus on the solution. You do not focus on the problem. So have a solution mindset. Problems सबको आती हैं, right? So focus on the solutions. You will find that life becomes easier, because you're not living a problem or a victim mindset.
Problem with what I feel personally, sir, is that problem with today's generation is that they don't inculcate failure in their projects. They think like that exactly what you say is that overnight success, and I don't think that any human on this planet could have an overnight success. Like it's impossible. Then no
Yeah,
ask God, na, matlab, if success happens on its own, we will not manifest, or just like you said, we will not do law of attraction. For that matter, we will not pray, we will not preach God and everything. So I think that failure, one should inculcate failure in their projects, be it entrepreneur,
yeah.
be it their own startup, be it their business, be it a job, because life is always gonna be like shifting sands. I too.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you learn more from the failure than success, you know,
Absolutely. Shifting
right? And
sands, I believe, why I said shifting sands, because I totally believe that life cannot be inculcated on one path. So there will be a
yeah,
path where you need to go left, right, and straight. So there is a wise saying that life is not gonna every time be like a shifting sand.
yeah, absolutely. That's a great reference. And if you look that today, if you get everything that you want, you get it today. What will be the fun in life then? You know, if you want to go to US, and you say, okay, you next moment you are in US. So the moment to enjoy is the journey. That okay, I went to airport, I checked in, I looked at clouds. If you are next moment you open up your eyes, you are in US, you're missing on all that fun which you go through the process of the journey,
I
right?
think there will be no value because we will not understand the value.
Yeah, yeah, that is. Diamond is nothing but a piece of coal, right? Which has done well under pressure. But we have created a human value that it is so expensive, it is so nice, but it is, I prefer that a crystal which gives you a lot of energy, is much better than a diamond. Yeah. It's
Absolutely.
just that it's all we have created in the human mind. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the ups and downs. There will be, and I think that's what makes the life, and emotions more practical. Otherwise, we are nothing but bots. We are how different are we from robots is because we have more emotional intelligence. So that's about it.
Wonderful, sir. I hope that people will get clarity and not jump onto the success path just a night. Like nothing can happen, and it's not a like shakalaka boom boom that you will do a band and like things will happen. No,
Yeah, yeah,
it will not.
yeah. You have to shift your own energies to be manifesting. The person you become in the process of manifesting is the real manifestation. Okay. For example, I as an introvert decided, oh, I'm going to be a public speaker. Okay. There was a lot of fear. I was manifesting it. But the person in last 5 years which I've become is the real manifestation. TEDx, Juice Talk, 100K followers is yes, an outcome. But what I am today is the real manifestation because I've become my higher self and rest of the things are following. So I had to change a lot inside me. I had to change and practice and adapt and then, get to where I am today. If I can do it, I
Absolutely.
think anybody.
Great, great, valuable knowledge. My last question to you is that where would you like to see yourself in the upcoming years?
Well, I usually like to be in the present moment, appreciate what it is. But yeah, there are goals which are higher. But I think I would like to see myself, spreading more value and knowledge across all platforms, reaching global audience, yes, spending more time with the family, doing sessions and webinars from any part of the world. Maybe I'm traveling the world, but I'm doing seminars, webinars from everywhere where I can help and guide people to 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 estimate your true power, right? And I see myself that okay, if I achieve it, people who are following me for 5 years, who will be following me for another 5 years, they will see that this man could do it. Why can't I? You know, so that's the inspiration I want people to have. That this man coming from depression could change his own life because I'm an ordinary person, right? We can talk about Robert Downey Jr., we can talk about Arnold, but we do not relate with them. You know, we don't know their journey. We don't know that they are from US. What is a person's journey who has started from such deep lows, and just changed his subconscious mind programming, and reached this stage. So I think that will be a good enough way to say that, okay, I am doing well in life. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable inputs with us and obviously with IC Tales. I feel very great pleasure that you took out some of your precious time out of your life and gave it to the IC Tales and obviously our channel. So thank you, sir, for having us on board with us, and thank you and just for sharing your valuable inputs. And I hope that people outside there who are fighting with their mental health, or be it depression, or be it anything for that matter, if anybody wants to appear on TEDx, Josh Talks, and share their own life values so that they can help other people out. So I hope that you will be one of them to helping them out through this video.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Truly grateful to be here, and thank you so much for your kind words, and all the best to IT Tales for larger and better underwears, and truly delighted to be here on this platform. And my last message to people is that just be focused on becoming your better version, and rest of the things will follow. The love will follow, the money will follow, the job will follow, the business will follow, the travel will follow. Just keep focusing on becoming your better version every day. So I think that's the fundamental I live with.
Great, sir. Thank you, sir.